When the sun comes back and the first quail calls, follow the drinking gourd, for the old man is awaiting to carry you to freedom if you follow the drinking gourd.
Last year? No. Down there.
All right, after almost a week of following the river north, you have reached the point of both famine. Does anyone know what famine is? What's famine? Erica? No more food. You're so hungry you're about to die of food, yes. And exhaustion. Brian, up here. You know that you cannot survive any longer without help. As you come to a town, you start to wonder who can you trust. You know that most people would turn you in for money, and there's only a few people that would actually risk their lives to help you. As you begin to sneak through the outskirts of town, you think of the signs your mama told you to look for, and you see one. Who did the signs and the symbols? What was one of the signs?
One of the signs are bear tracks.
Okay, what were the bear tracks on?
They're on a quilt.
A quilt, yes, a quilt. Very good. One you have seen before, and it tells you that help waits inside. So Anna, look through that window and see if you see a quilt somewhere. As you gently sneak up to the door, you see one? All right.
What is it? What is that? It's in the chair.
All right, guys, let me see the door, okay? I gotta get in.
The chair.
All right. Not only are we entering a school, which means we're going to be quiet, but we're slaves escaping entering a town, which means we're going to be extra quiet. Because any noise we make is going to be the end of us. It's going to be a doom, okay? So when we look into this town and we see that quilt, we know it's a sign. We know it's a sign. And on the quilt will be different signs, and maybe this one has a sign that safety waits inside. And so we know that's our only chance.
Oh, I see the door.
Here because there's classes. But as you sneak up to the door and softly knock, your heart stops beating when the door opens. A man looks at you and grabs you quickly and pulls you inside. You fear that you may have made a terrible mistake until you see the look on his face and you know that he is the secret savior you've been looking for. Let's go inside. You can leave the quilt out here, guys. It's just a sign. What do you guys have now that you haven't had for a week?
Food.
Food. And how about above your head?
Light.
Shelter, yes. Warmth. For the first time in a week, you have warmth and you have shelter.
Well, where my dad put that?
We'll tell you where the food is. Okay. Here's what it says. As the man guides you to a secret door in the wall, you follow him, relieved to finally be out of the cold. Once inside the room, his wife comes and brings you food. It is nothing special, but it tastes like the greatest meal ever. He begins to ask you questions about your journey, and he offers encouragement. He tells you that he is a Quaker. A Quaker was a religious person, and their religion did not believe in slavery. So, you learn that in the web quest? So Quakers were the only people that would help slaves out. And Quakers would do it even if it meant they'd get in trouble. A lot of them would get arrested for it. But because they believed it, they helped slaves out. So he tells you he's a Quaker and that he believes slavery is wrong. And he wants to help you He wants to save you any way he can, even if it means risking his own life. After you eat, he senses your fatigue and tells you to sleep, and that you are safe here. And that is what you do. Sleep deep for the first time in a week. Arturo, up here, guys. You guys have a responsibility, okay? That's 4 people that got a 1 warning now, okay? The next warning, you're back in the classroom. When you wake up, the stranger comes back in with a knapsack. He tells you that it's time to move. Nightfall is coming and the weather should be mild for the next few days. He then tells you where you need to go. He tells you to follow a river until you reach a tall hill. At that point, you need to move north through the forest. The next part of your trip will take 4 days. He says that he will send a message to the next station, the next conductor to expect you. He tells you to look for a brown house with a lantern in front. He wishes you luck as you walk into the darkness, refreshed but scared.
Brown house right there.
So this is the knapsack. Maybe a change of clothes. maybe a couple more pieces of bread, and one other thing.
Pepper.
Pepper.
Pepper spray.
Just in case you want to put pepper on your bread, right?
Are you gonna spray some on the eye?
Spray some on the eye. See?
Put pepper on the floor. Let me see. Pepper on the bottom. Real bad.
This is the pepper.
Put pepper.